Hi everybody, my name's Christopher David Mitchell, vocal coach here in London, and today we're back with the How to Sing series, and I'm so excited for this one. As requested in the comments from the previous How to Sing series videos, today I'm going to be looking at Billie Eilish. The slide, make it creepy. Today is How to Sing Billie Eilish. We're going to be looking at all her vocal qualities, what she's doing over various songs. It's going to be a fun one. She's a cool, interesting character, and we're going to go through everything, I promise. So I'm just going to tell you straight away the vocal qualities I'm going to be discussing in this video for Billie Eilish. And they are speech quality, vocal fry, slides, breathiness, emotional connection, and also just her general character as an artist. It's so interesting and it's so crucial to her as an artist. And the songs we're going to be analysing in this video today are Listen Before I Go, When the Party's Over, Bad Guy, and also a little bit of her cover version of Michael Jackson's song, Bad. Before I go on to analyse the vocals, I briefly just want to talk about her character as an artist. So, she is always coming across, everything fits well. She is still a product and everything fits perfectly well. So she dresses in a certain way, it's a bit rebellious, it's a bit gothic, it's a bit emo type. I don't know, I'm not wearing like black chains and stuff, but her vocals completely match that, right? So it's not like she's got this character and then her voice is something very different. Her singing voice completely matches her character. It completely matches the character, the way she's dressing, the way she's talking in interviews, the lyrics of the songs. She's not singing brilliantly happy lyrics in her songs, and she's always a bit not moody, but she's always a bit like under-energized in interviews, and she can come across a bit sad. There's an interview I've seen of her where she comes across, you know, people think she has depression really. Bless her, I hope she's alright. But just to note that, like, with her, everything does fit together perfectly. It doesn't matter whether you like her or not, but the point is, she's a bit different, she's a bit unique, and there's no one quite like her. But understand, when we talk about all these vocal qualities, we're going to talk about the vocal fry and stuff like that. That is so perfect for an artist with her character. So someone who doesn't care, is a bit rebellious, they're not going to sing clean, they're not going to sing pretty, they're not going to sing on the note. That would go against the character and everything she sort of represents as a person. So I do think she's a brilliant product, in whether she knows it or not, in the fact that I think her voice perfectly matches her style and her as an artist and everything that is being put out there about her. So in that respect, I think she's a brilliant artist because I think everything fits perfectly. But just a quick example so you know what I'm talking about. She's got that vocal fry in there. And if you didn't give a damn, I don't know whether I can swear on YouTube, you wouldn't talk like, hey, how you doing? If you're communicating with someone, you'd be like, yeah, whatever, I don't really care. You're talking that vocal fry where you don't really care. And that's the sort of singing style. It's just then a next step from that speech quality of that character who didn't care, who didn't give a damn, and just talks like that. And I don't really care. And it's really under-energized. It's sort of that she's got. And then it just goes the one step next to singing. So in that respect, I do think she's a great artist. So there is a little bit about a character to start. Now let's go on to really analyse the vocals themselves. So let's get started with the first second of Listen Before I Go. Even just that, we hear so much there about her as a singer. So her slides there are very obvious. Take me. It's just that she's sliding so much and she maybe just gets on pitch by the time she sings it. So it's not take me, which would be note, note on the note. She's cooler than that, and she's doing this slide in her voice. Take me, take me. And again, this slide is turned into one of her character things, which is really cool. And just to repeat myself here about how everything fits in, I mean, sorry can't save me now is the lyric, so that's quite a deep, haunting lyric. We've got thunder going on in the background of the track. Like, so it is really sort of rebellious and, you know, a bit gothic really. There we hear thunder a bit, and then... We heard so much vocal fry in there. It wasn't sorry can't save, because again, that character that I just sang, that character doesn't sound tormented and a bit, you know, angsty. It has to be the vocal fry. Sorry can't save me now. And I would be willing to bet if Billie Eilish ever came in the vocal studio, please Billie, pop into London if you're there, I would be willing to bet that, and this is not a criticism, that she wouldn't be singing much louder than that. Her mic technique would have to be so close, or the mic would have to be turned up a lot. Because if she had to project volume, she couldn't keep that sort of angsty intensity and that don't give a damn voice quality she's got here. Because it's not sorry, she can't project there. Sorry can save me now. It's just literally probably that in the studio, and then there's so much stuff going on. But that's cool because it's a unique choice again. Her point is her sound relies on really good close mic technique. So you hear all that little bits of breathiness and the vocal fry. And then we hear the breathiness coming as well, so vocal fry into breathiness. Save me now. We hear it go into the breathiness, starts vocal fry, that line ends more breathy. Because again, the breathiness completely suits the emotion in her character. Because she can't sing it clean. Sorry can't save me now. I mean, that's not haunting at all. Now. Whereas that is a touch more haunting. So, cool work. Call my friends and tell them that I love them. What did we hear there? So we heard the vocal fry again, and then we heard the emotion in the voice. Call my friends and tell me that I love them again. It's very haunting. But I just want to pick up here that we heard a real audible breath there, which again works pretty cool because she's creating the atmosphere and emotion in what she's singing about. So if you were speaking this to someone, you might be angsty and sort of like, you know, that breath might be really audible. So why not do it in the song? She's definitely not singing, which is good. You hear real emotion there. Again, so this is one where we're getting the speech quality in. I mean, that's a running theme with her anyway. She's definitely not over singing, but it's not, you know, if she was singing more here, it would be like, and I'll miss them, sorry, which would sound pretty tragically terrible, to be honest with you. Whereas the speech quality here is like, you hear that she's breaking down. It's sort of like you're listening to her and you can't tell whether she's going to get through it or not, or get to the end. It's like if you were talking to someone, then they just choke up and they can hardly even get their words out. That's the sort of feeling here. And I'll miss them, sorry. Like, she's just, it's barely nothing, but it works really well, the intensity. And again, just to relate it back again to the feel of the production as a whole and how it works perfectly with the character. What do we hear at the end? We've heard storm and thunder, and now we're hearing police sirens go off, which obviously subconsciously, you know, suggests danger to us. I don't really know the story of this song. I'm just saying what we hear. You know, stuff like thunder, police sirens. It's tragic, it's deep, it's angsty. So that's why all the vocal qualities here that we've pointed out in this song of slides, breathiness, speech quality to the point that she's just breaking down, really connecting to the emotion of the lyrics, and also that vocal fry of that emotion as well, and sort of just, it's like there's nothing left. But what's more important than singing is the emotion. People remember the emotion of how a song made them feel, and that's why what she's done there works really, really well in my opinion. So we'll just quickly look at When the Party's Over, but actually there's very similar characteristics with her choices, but that has to be because she can't suddenly change character. She's got to be congruent and consistent with her choices, otherwise it's a bit weird if some characters one way and then they do something completely different. That can work, but really consistency is key when you're an artist. So let's just look at something here. Again, the lyric, tore my shirt to stop you bleeding. I mean, that is really hardcore there. So, it can't be too clean. And we hear more breathiness here, so that's why I wanted to point this one out. So if it was a clean sound here, tore my shirt. But there's much more breathiness. Tore my shirt. It's literally pretty much that breathy, which is cool because again, it creates that atmosphere. And you hear the slides again. Tore my shirt to stop. You hear that slight slide up there, but much more breathiness here. So it's not clean. Tore my shirt. Don't hear the emotion there. Tore my shirt. Hear that emotion. Even there, she missed phonation. She missed actually making sound. It was I could lie, say I like it like that. Just air came out. So that's how little the energy is, that she's on the brink of risking just not even singing the note. But that's fine in this situation because, again, what we feel when we hear it is more important than someone singing the notes. Overall though, When the Party's Over is actually quite similar choice-wise she's doing, and a lot of what we already discussed. So now let's move over quickly to Bad Guy. So you're a tough guy, like a really rough guy. It's just really that speech singing thing here in vocal fry. You're a tough guy, like a really rough guy. It's probably similar to that. There's too much production going on with her vocal that we can't actually hear exactly what she's doing. So it's a great example really of not needing to sing too much, because if you did, it would spoil the style that she's going for. So the style and the character she's going for, yeah, you can be a singer, you can be a huge star on the planet as a singer and a recording artist, and you don't necessarily need to over sing or do any vocal acrobatics. Because as we say, emotion wins every time, style wins every time, and the character she's created, she's very unique, and people will be drawn to her, and they are drawn to her, and they will relate to her. Particularly that sort of teenage group that she's going for. I would have probably thought she was pretty, I mean, I think she's pretty cool now, but I would have thought she was pretty cool if I was a teenager, for sure. So I just really quickly want to look at her cover of Bad by Michael Jackson. Again, keeping in with her style and image, because it's a song called Bad. It's not like Happy Days. So something bad and a bit rebellious is a perfect cover for her to do. But what I wanted to just highlight was she keeps her same setup of stylistic vocals that we mentioned on all her other songs. So she is that true artist that approaches a song and makes it really unique, really different, and puts all her vocal qualities that we talked about, like the breathiness, the slides, the vocal fry, and her style and character into everything she does. So it's consistency once again. So let's hear it on a cover. So we hear the vocal fry and the slide. The word is out, out. The slide and the vocal fry. You're doing wrong. Wrong, wrong. Slide and vocal fry again. They're gonna lock you up before too long. Long. God, this is slidey. Tell you right. Oh, it's like going on a roller coaster. It's so slidey. The slide, make it creepy. It's just a perfect thing for her to be doing. That was my best impression, by the way. Let's just hear the chorus. And how breathy is that? Come on. It's so breathy there again. So actually this is a really great example because she's sort of using all her style tools to the max when she does a cover to guarantee she puts her own stamp on it. So there we have it for today. That was Billie Eilish. Let me know in the comments if you want me to cover a particular song or singer in the future, and I will try to do so. I do hope that helped, not only from a vocals point of view, but from a point of view of understanding who you are as an artist. Understand how the character and what you sing about, the lyrics you sing about, how you dress, how you talk, how you act, how everything has to be in sync for you to be a perfect artist. And I think that's what she's done really well, and I think that's one of the keys to her success. So until next time, singers, I'll see you then.